ahead and begin.
Okay, I want you all to ask yourself a question. Have you ever wanted to lead? For me, that's never been the case. But that all changed this past season when Coach stepped up to me, Nathan, and Harrison and asked us all if we wanted to be captains. And being captain has taught me one important lesson, that I do have the capabilities to become a leader, but all I need is the right amount of determination and the right mindset to do that. And throughout the soccer team, over the past three or 4 years, I've seen many different leadership styles between the captains that have gone before me. And they all had their different styles that go with them. But I want to talk about before that. Coach came up to Nathan, Harrison, and I and picked us because of the qualities we proved that we had. And whatever those qualities may be, that's completely up to Coach, but we fit his selection process that Wood described in her book, Communication Mosaics. And he gave control and power to all three of us over the other players. Now, over the past 3 seasons, like I talked about, I watched 3 captains go before me and all have different leadership styles. Simon was more of a friend to his players, Seth was more of a teammate to his players, and Tanner incorporated both of those into his leadership style. And he was those, plus he would give us tips individually to help us improve. And when I became the captain of the team, I learned what they went through, because I was now standing in their shoes. So I could now kind of sympathize with what they were going through at that time. And I now needed to fill the stereotype that came with the title captain. Now, all 3 of them taught me important lessons, but using their past experiences, I used those to lead the team in a style that fit me. No longer was I just following, but I was now leading over 20 players. And that's a lot different because I've never actually been a sort of follower. I've done my own thing without ever expecting anybody to follow behind me. And I've never wanted to be the leader either because of the responsibility that entailed with it. Now, since that I became one of the captains of the team, it came down to it that I was now under a microscope of the school, of parents, and of the coaches, all with their own thinking and ideas of what I was going to do and how I was going to train the team. And so that changed my self-reflection that we learned about from I doing whatever I wanted, the impulses, because I'm a very impulsive person, to more of a me situation, which lived up to social expectations. And the mentality that I wanted to do my own thing in the shadows melted away very quickly as I stepped up alongside Nathan and Harrison to lead the team. And not only were we leading the team, but St. Paul has a very dynamic team set here where we have returning players all the time, American returning players, and then we also have international students that come in, sophomore, junior, some even senior like Dushin this year. And as a captain, we have to find a way to unite all of those players at the beginning of the season, otherwise we're not going to have a team. And so to effectively do that, I had to learn how to communicate with each and every player in a style that they played with. Now, some of them wanted encouragement when they were playing on the field, and that would be more of a positive visualization that they would go through. Some, they wanted me to shout at them from across the field because that's how they heard me. And then others liked one-on-one, where I would come up to them after a play or a stoppage, and I would tell them tips and hints, kind of what Tanner did, but I would also tell them how to do what they were doing wrong better. And that would be more of like a script. Now, all of these players I also had to understand were unique and individual, and that's why I had to communicate well with each and every one of them. So I had to figure out the mindset of person-centeredness like we learned about. And the lessons that the season has taught me and the communication skills along with the leadership skills will help me be an effective leader in anything I do in the future. not only in the Marines, but anything I do in life. I know I have the capabilities to become an effective leader if needed. That's it.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. And